The Arizona Wildcats beat the Colorado Buffaloes. Final score: Arizona Wildcats 82 to the Colorado Buffaloes 54. Wanted to see if the Arizona Wildcats were able to shut down Skia Booker from Colorado Rockies or Colorado Buffaloes. Um, I don't I don't know if it was Rondé Hollis-Jefferson or if it was T.J. McConnell from the Arizona Wildcats that was able to shut down Skia Booker pretty good. Um, I think that it was T.J. McConnell. Quite a bit of the game was able to keep keep a hand on Skia Booker and then kind of slow him down a little bit. Skia Booker, he made 6 for 9 from three-point land the last time that the Arizona Wildcats played Colorado Buffaloes in Tucson, Arizona. But whenever the Arizona Wildcats played the Colorado Buffaloes, then the Skia Booker didn't knock down any of his three-pointers. He was 0 for 2 from three-point land. The only people that made a three-pointer or made a three-pointer were Xavier Talton and Dominique Collier. They both knocked down three-pointers, but that was it. As far as the Arizona Wildcats, we had Gabe York that knocked down 4 for 5 from three-point land. So he was clicking on all cylinders with his three-pointers, and whenever he knocks down all those three-pointers, then I feel like the Arizona Wildcats, probably one of the guards, were able to dribble, penetrate, and then kick the ball out to him. I saw, I think, a dribble penetration. I think it was T.J. McConnell. T.J. McConnell ended up with 6 assists tonight, and Parker Jackson-Cartwright ended up with 2 assists tonight. So I was really happy about that because Parker Jackson-Cartwright is the backup point guard whenever T.J. McConnell needs a little bit of break time, needs a little rest time, or he's injured and can't play or anything like something like that. But T.J. McConnell had 6 assists tonight, and I think that he was the one that kicked it out. He dribble penetrated, and then he kicked it out to Gabe York. Gabe York was like totally open and knocked down his three-pointer. So there was quite a few times when we had dribble penetration for the Arizona Wildcats from one of our guards or our point guard, and we're able to kick it out to an open T.J. McConnell or an open Gabe York, and he just was able to knock down those shots. Elliot Pitts did some dribble penetration also, which is kind of unusual for Elliot Pitts. You would expect him to shoot from the three-point land because he's more of a guard, and he's more of a sharpshooter from the three-point land. But he didn't make any three-pointers tonight. But he did some dribble penetration. I saw him do some moves to get in, to drive in there, but he wasn't able to finish the drive. He wasn't able to score on those drives, but he did. He did one dribble penetration that I saw for sure, and he was able to draw the foul, and he knocked down both free throws. And speaking of free throws, the Arizona Wildcats did. They haven't done this good the whole season. They made 23 out of 25 free throws tonight, and I'm looking at the Arizona Wildcats stats. So it might be a little bit different. ArizonaWildcats.com stats. for the game, but it might be a little bit different if you look at ESPN stats or if you look at CBS Sports stats or something like that. But anyway, from the Arizona Wildcats.com stats, looking at 23 made out of 25 free throws. So that was just really good. I mean, there's nothing. I've never seen that before. I've never seen the Arizona Wildcats shoot that good from the free throw land. Shoot that many free throws, 25 free throws, and make 23 of them. So they were. I think the Arizona Wildcats were felt very comfortable tonight, and that's why they were able to actually. In the first half, the Arizona Wildcats beat the Colorado Buffaloes by 12. It was 37-25, so they beat them by 12. But in the second half, the Arizona Wildcats beat the Colorado Buffaloes by 16. So they were actually getting more comfortable as the game progressed, and that was and I think when they started to get more comfortable, then it was starting to piss the coach from the Colorado Buffaloes off, Tad Boyle, pretty bad, and so Tad Boyle just couldn't handle it anymore, and he ended up getting a technical foul with a minute and a half left to go in the game for the Colorado Buffaloes. Had a technical foul, but so anyway, those were a couple points, but I can't remember who shot it. I think it was Gabe York that shot those free throws. Gabe York is he's a very good free throw shooter. I think he has like the best free throw percentage for the Arizona Wildcats. Even Stanley Johnson knocked down 3 for 3 from free throws from the charity stripe, and he wasn't able to get any of his three-pointers. Wasn't able to make any of his three-pointers. But in the first half, Stanley Johnson wasn't really comfortable, and then I think as time went on, then he started to get a little bit more comfortable and was able to be more consistent and make his shots pretty nicely. As far as anybody in foul trouble, Brenton Nestle had 3 fouls. Caleb Tarczewski had 3 fouls. There was quite a few people that had 2 fouls. T.J. McConnell only had 1 foul. T.J. McConnell had 6 assists tonight, so that was pretty good. I think his average is probably 7 assists a game, or 8 assists a game, and the Arizona Wildcats had a total of 14 assists tonight. So I would kind of venture to say that the Arizona Wildcats, if they finish a game with maybe 16 assists in that game, then I think they did pretty good, because you get T.J. McConnell usually gets the bulk of those assists, like 6 or 7 assists. Then you got that means the rest of the team needs to pick up that other 10. So usually Jackson-Cartwright can get a couple assists in there, and so you're looking for assists from actually Gabe York had a really nice night tonight. He only had 14 points, but like I said, he shot 4 for 5 from 3-point land, and he had 3 assists. So he was feeling very comfortable tonight, and it just showed in this final score with 82 to 54. So just a huge difference between which is kind of surprising to me, because I'm looking at the points I'm looking at the offensive points off turnovers. Not a whole lot of difference at 15 points compared to 10 points for the Colorado Buffaloes. Second chance points, 10 second chance points for the Arizona Wildcats, 8 second chance points for the Colorado Buffaloes. that's not a whole lot of difference. Only 3 fast break points for the Arizona Wildcats compared to 6 fast break points for the Colorado Buffaloes. And then if you look at the bench points from the bench players, it was totally even at 25. Both of them had the Arizona Wildcats had 25 points from their bench, and the Colorado Buffaloes had 25 points on their bench. The biggest discrepancy that I saw is the amount of points in the paint. The Arizona Wildcats just totally dominated with 30 points in the paint, while the Colorado Buffaloes only had 16 points in the paint. And that's kind of interesting because the Arizona Wildcats only had they had, well, I can't say only, they did have 9 offensive rebounds. Let's see, the one that got the most offensive rebounds is something that's very nice to see. Is Caleb Tarczewski had 3 offensive rebounds, so that was pretty cool. But anyway, that it was, like I said, it's kind of interesting to have a 30 points in the paint for the Arizona Wildcats compared to 16 points in the paint for the Colorado Buffaloes, because the rebounds, the offensive rebounds were very close. I mean, the Arizona Wildcats had total of 9 offensive rebounds, while the Colorado Buffaloes had 8 offensive rebounds. But the defensive rebounds, that's when there was a huge discrepancy in the defensive rebounds, and that kind of shows that the Colorado Buffaloes were kind of pretty much able to do one shot and done. You know, they weren't. That was it. There wasn't. There usually wasn't second chance opportunities, and so they had the Arizona Wildcats had 29 total defensive rebounds, while the Colorado Buffaloes had 17 defensive rebounds. So the Arizona Wildcats actually dominated totally on the rebounds with 38 total rebounds, and compared to the Colorado Buffaloes with 25 total rebounds. The only person that scored in double figures was Askia Booker with 14, and Josh Scott was the second person. He had 9, but like I said, they did a really good job of pretty much shutting down Askia Booker tonight. Something that shows that the Colorado Buffaloes had one stat was in their favor big time, was they had 8, Colorado Buffaloes had 8 blocks, while the Arizona Wildcats only had 3. It was Josh Scott with 4. Josh Scott from the Colorado Buffaloes with 4, and then Wesley Gordon with 3 for the Colorado Buffaloes. And I don't know. I have to look more into what that means, but that's a big difference in between the amount of block shots. So I think that's one of the reasons why the Colorado Buffaloes weren't beaten by a larger deficit. So anyway, in conclusion, I think that the Arizona Wildcats did some nice dribble penetration and kicked the ball out. York was feeling comfortable tonight for the Arizona Wildcats, knocking down 3-pointers. And that was about it. The only other person that made a 3-pointer was Brendan Ashley, and he's more of an inside guy. So it was kind of it was York's night tonight. Pitts, maybe Pitts will have a good night against whenever the Arizona Wildcats play against Utah on Saturday. But it's just really nice to get the guys that they get that assist from somebody, and then they can just shoot. They don't need to dribble. They don't need to dribble and then just shoot. They don't need to drive or anything like that to shoot. They can just catch the ball and shoot, and that's really what we're aiming for. I think as far as the Arizona Wildcats, that should be one of our big goals is move the ball around so much that it confuses the other team, and then you get a man open and knock down a shot because we have the shooters. I think it's just we were just playing too much individual ball. But tonight I think they played pretty decent team ball. It was more of a team ball, right? It was more individual ball, not in the beginning of the game, but the Arizona Wildcats picked it up to more of a team ball, more team play in the second half, and that's why the Arizona Wildcats were able to increase their lead by so much, and that went it up by 28 points. But the Arizona Wildcats' final score to the Colorado Buffaloes, Arizona Wildcats 82 to the Colorado Buffaloes 54.
Whenever I was doing that diagonal push out wide grip while laying down on the bench, and then I got a pretty good workout of my triceps, my right triceps muscles. I haven't worked out my my right arm for about 2.5 months because I had a PICC line in there for antibiotics. But anyway, I got a pretty good workout of my triceps muscles whenever I was doing those diagonal pushouts, wide grip on the bench. And I did get a little bit of chest work, a little bit of upper chest workout too. But so there's a little bit of soreness going on there. But other than that, pretty much just, I don't know if I decreased the weight or not, but it's been a while since I've done the wide grip diagonal push out on the bench. So it was good to get back into trying that again.